How's it going? Welcome back to another great video with the majestic host, the Savior. And welcome back to the Apocalypse, the wonderful universe of Fallout. Now this month I'm going to release quite a lot of Fallout content, mostly because I've just got heavily invested in the universe, mostly probably because of Todd Howard's amazing propaganda with the new Fallout TV show, which I am looking forward to, and I'm hoping, for the love of God, that it's not like all other video game TV show adaptations.
I'm Cortana. I'll be working with Master Chief to...
No, I didn't summon you.
Summon me?
Go away. AI off.
I'm introducing myself to the rest of the team.
Disappear! New AI. Policies. It's temporary.
And I know that's probably asking a lot. I don't want to set my expectations too high because any media nowadays, any beloved older fantasy media that we used to love gets destroyed. Just look at Lord of the Rings. But I do have a small bit of hope for this TV show because the people behind it truly do look like they actually care about the Fallout universe. And some of my earlier concerns, which I made in a different video, look to be addressed, like the NCR. So the reason why I want to make this Fallout 4 2024 review is to basically look at the game as it is now and basically speculate on the next gen edition of Fallout 4. Is Fallout 4 next gen worth it? Because I am 100% sure that the next gen release is going to drop basically when the show drops, so very soon actually. Now I absolutely love the Fallout universe. Apart from Fable, I believe Fallout 3 was my first proper true open world RPG, if you can call it an RPG, experience, and I just absolutely fell in love with the universe. It's such a unique and cool universe, and the deeper you get into it and go back and play Fallout 1 and learn about the Master and the super mutants and the great quality writing, then you can see just how much more there is to love in this franchise. And then finally I got into Fallout New Vegas, and if you know, you know. Fallout New Vegas is not just the best Fallout game, but it is probably the best game ever made, period. And recently I've been playing heavily a modded playthrough of Fallout New Vegas, and it got me thinking about Fallout 4 and Bethesda.
I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work. Now I do have to apologize if I don't sound like a smooth skin, and I do in fact sound like a dirty radiated bastard. Todd Howard gassed my family after I said Starfield sucks. So today I am going to be giving you my Fallout 4 2024 review. Now Fallout 4 2024 review is a part of my yearly review show that I do on my channel. I've got it all very nicely organized now, so go to my home page and you'll see the yearly show reviews. We're getting so close to 10,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely insane. Do become a wise one today, and if you do like this video, please actually show it. I know it takes a little bit of effort, but please do just leave a like, because the YouTube algorithm will kill me as it kills everything that I seem to love and care about. So please show your support by liking the video, dropping a comment, because I love having a discussion with you guys and just helping the video out. And do subscribe, become a wise one today. You won't regret it. I'm so passionate about this community, what we're building here. If you like gaming content, video essays, yearly reviews, and philosophical content, I cover all of that on my channel. So do become a wise one and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Just thank you for watching this video. So what I'm going to cover in this yearly review of Fallout 4 2024 review, like I said, I'm breaking it down as if it was coming out now, what's changed, what's different about it, and give you an overlook at the game, maybe give you some flavor, philosophy on the Fallout universe itself and where 4 stands, how Bethesda changed Fallout as a franchise and as a universe, as well as what Fallout 4 will look like in 2024 with this next gen Fallout 4 edition, which is coming out very soon. So let's talk about that first, because I think that's why most of you are interested.
Come on! Yes! Yes!
got word of a settlement that needs our help. We can use all the support we can get. I'll mark it on your map.
You can't keep getting away with it!
So I'm showing you some modded gameplay, okay? And Fallout 4, the next gen edition, will not look nowhere near as good as modded gameplay can look. Bethesda, of course, are known for their modding and how much you can change these games and make them look better. And on consoles, what the next gen edition promises to add basically is 4K graphics, a performance mode option which will allow even higher FPS, better textures, and some content added by the Creation Club. So I'm glad that finally we're getting some Creation Club content for free, because, you know, that's a whole nother thing that Bethesda are known for, you know, squeezing as much money as possible from the fans. But still, I'm glad that we're going to get some added content, but mostly it's the resolution that will be bumped up. The texture quality, I think, will also be bumped up, maybe some overhaul to the lighting. But truly, what I want to see with this next gen Fallout 4 update is ray tracing, okay? I want to see some actual quality with its textures, not just a simple resolution bump. But I do think people are getting overly hyped just because we've waited so long for this. This has already been ready for a long time now. They're just waiting to release it at the perfect time, but don't expect like a massive, you know, complete overhaul, not like Cyberpunk did with its update when Edgerunners came out. Of course, this is Bethesda we're talking about. Love them or hate them, remember they are the masters of marketing, and I just don't think we're going to get anything else apart from what's been said. So don't be surprised, but it will not look as good as a modded playthrough of Fallout 4. So if you want the next gen experience, go play it on PC, start modifying it. I would like to see proper mods added to the consoles where you can create new graphics like we see with Skyrim on Xbox and stuff like that. So maybe that will happen, and if they do add more modding capability to it so you can add better lighting, all that kind of stuff, ENBs, then I would be very happy, but I would be surprised. But maybe we're going to get some modded graphics. So is it worth playing Fallout 4 in 2024? Is it worth playing Fallout 4 Next Gen Edition? Yes, 100% Fallout 4 is worth playing in 2024. Is it the best Fallout game? No, nowhere near the best Fallout game, okay? But still, it is a good game. Yes, it is a good game. I was very disappointed. I was very hard on Fallout 4 for a very long time, but I have started to see it in a different light. If I separate it and understand that Fallout has gone through, you know, many different developers. Not many, but it has gone through different developers. The original creators, Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian, who are made of some of the original team, and then Bethesda. Now, Bethesda don't truly understand the universe of Fallout, but they are good at making open world games. Well, they used to be anyway, before before they got a little bit outdated and a little bit too ambitious, one might say.
What do you think you're doing? Walking around just like a damn Stormcloak traitor. Is that right? Here's how the Legion deals with rebel scum like you.
Fallout 4 is a good game, and it is a pretty decent Fallout game. You've just got to look at it differently, okay? It's not an RPG anymore. It's not like Fallout New Vegas. Fallout 4 is a base building survival game, and truly I think in 2024 the best way to play this game is on survival mode, is focusing on building up a base. But of course play it how you want to. What is good about Fallout 4 is the loop, the gameplay loop, okay? Basically exploring and being a scavenger. Fallout 4 is the only game that truly makes you feel like you are in a post-apocalypse and you do have to gather resources to survive and to create a new, you know, community. And I do love that about Fallout 4. The loop of exploration, finding resources, everywhere has interesting resources to find because you need that, especially in survival mode. Of course there are mods that do that with the other Fallout games, but Fallout 4 already has a good system where you can scrap everything, use it to build up your base, modify your weapons, and on survival mode it just adds a whole new dimension to the gameplay and truly makes you feel like you are in a post-apocalyptic world, and you do have to, you know, look at everything, what you can use to survive in this harsh environment. And then of course the combat is just far better. Now, it does fail as an RPG, and I'm going to stand by that. I don't think Fallout 4 is a good RPG. I don't think it truly respects your choices. But then, if you compare it to newer games like Starfield in 2024, I still think this is a far better role-playing game compared to something like Starfield, because yes, you do get NPCs that are invincible. There are choices to be made in Fallout 4. Bethesda never truly understood the morality, the complexity to the Fallout universe. Fallout New Vegas makes you question the morality of your choices. There is no good or bad option. There is a very, wide range of different perspectives and morality choices to be made in that game, and that's why I love it so much. And I am making a philosophy of Fallout video which will come out very soon, tackling all of the major factions. Bethesda have a very simple mindset when it comes to morality and freedom of choice. You can't really be a bad guy in Fallout 4. It's pretty difficult to be a bad guy. The karma system doesn't really matter. There are no factions that care about you. The factions won't really respond to your actions like they do in Fallout New Vegas and treat you differently. And it's very cookie cutter when it comes to the choices. It's either the good option or obviously the bad option. And I do think, Bethesda do get some things wrong about the Fallout universe, like how they idolize the Brotherhood of Steel and many other aspects. If you look at Fallout 4 like a survival Fallout experience, then this is such a good game. It's doing its own thing. But I think the reason why it was so controversial on release was because you got two different groups of, the Fallout fans. The people who love Fallout 3 and the older school fans of Fallout, and the people who fell in love with Fallout New Vegas, and to see what, writing and characters can actually do to make this an even better experience. But Bethesda are more focused on gameplay, okay? And I think that Fallout 4 in 2024 is 100% worth it, but I just think people need to understand that this is not the typical Fallout experience. Okay, so now we've discussed what Fallout 4 Next Gen is going to be, and what kind of game it actually is. But let's get a little bit deeper into that, shall we? And compare it to some of the other Fallout games in the series. So Fallout 4 has also been called somewhat of a looter shooter. And, that is true to a degree. So it doesn't have many skill checks, it doesn't have many speech options, and it breaks down and simplifies a lot of those elements that makes Fallout such a great RPG. Fallout 4 does fail at some of the role-playing aspects, I have to be honest, and that's mostly because they had to record voice lines for this game, because you have a voiced protagonist. And I do feel like that holds the game back a lot, but then you just look at something like Starfield, the new Bethesda game, and that hasn't done it any favors either. It's simply because Bethesda aren't strong at writing, okay? And what they are good at instead is environmental storytelling, and that's what makes Fallout 4 a good game. So I know I'm giving you a little bit of pushback, but I'm also trying to make you understand that yes, it's not the best Fallout game, but it is still a very good game, and it's probably one of the best Bethesda games, up there with Skyrim, because of the environmental storytelling and the exploration in this game is done to perfection. You will always find new loot, new weapons, new armor, resources, like I said, to help you manage and make your base better, or, go into your companions or your weapons. There's always something to keep you moving, to make you feel like you are progressing as a character. I think you have to understand this. We have two Fallout communities, okay? The people who are really into the Fallout lore and the universe, and then people who just enjoy more casual FPS shooter games. Of course, we can all like the same thing and have different perspectives on it, and if you're more of a casual player who likes Fallout 4 because it's a good shooting game, it's a good exploration game, then that's fine. But I'm trying to get across to the Fallout fans here, for people who are going to get more invested after maybe this show comes out, or people who want to go back and play Fallout in 2024, but I'm saying there is still a lot to love in Fallout 4 if you are a Fallout fan. Another thing Fallout 4 does extremely well is its tone, and that's something that Bethesda games are just good at, because they are great at setting a tone, an ambience, and especially since you can customize this to make your own experience, and I hope the next gen edition, like I said, allows for more customization with mods, but still, it is a slightly more satirical, lighter tone of the Fallout universe, not so much dark and oppressive. Fallout 4 is good at surprises, level design, seeing something off in the distance and actually going to see what it is and finding there might be a little quest there, or there's some interesting loot to be found, or a mini boss, a monster. And I do like how Fallout 4 has these different levels of creatures, and you know, you do get special enemy types that pose a much greater risk. So when you are playing on survival mode, when you are, you know, truly getting yourself immersed into Fallout 4, that's when I think it's at its best possible state. I think it's also interesting to play Fallout 4 in 2024 because of Starfield recently, and it just shows you how having an open world with things to see and do on the way to your, you know, desired location or quest or whatever it is, that's what makes Fallout 4 such an interesting game, because you're always going to find something interesting to pull you in, and because every location now has use, if you are, you know, building a settlement, or you do care about modifying your weapons or whatever it is, if you do care about the resource allocation system that they built into this game, that's what Fallout 4 cares about, and that's how you should be playing it. If you're trying to focus on just the quests, just the story, just the factions, the lack of RPG elements, then I think you're not going to have such a great time with Fallout 4. If you're focusing on exploration and building up, if you're focusing on exploration and actually using the scrap and being, you know, someone in this world that needs the resources, that's why I'm saying survival mode is the best version of Fallout 4, then I think Fallout 4 truly can be special. Now, of course, I do have to mention the DLCs. Now, it is a complete package with Fallout 4 in 2024. I highly recommend that you do play Far Harbor. That, to me, is where they actually nailed the gameplay as well as some interesting factions. Of course, the writing isn't amazing, but it is pretty good, and it does feel like you do have some choices to be made in that DLC, and it's a pretty good one. But I think for people who are looking to get back into the Fallout universe, maybe, you know, when they watch this show, or when the Fallout 4 Next Gen edition comes out and everyone goes over to Fallout 4, instead of us being divided as a fan base, you know, the old school Fallout fans and the people really invested in the story and the universe, and for people who enjoy Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, or maybe you enjoy Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 as well as the other Fallout games, and you just love anything Fallout, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is there's different things that we can nitpick and say, you know, Fallout 4 did wrong. We can say the same thing with Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. You know, the gameplay isn't obviously as smooth because it's an older game. The gunplay doesn't feel as good. But what I'm saying is there are things to love about Fallout 4, and as a game, just without the Fallout IP to it, it is a very good game. It is a good exploration game. It is a good survival crafting game. That's basically what Fallout 4 is, and not many people truly pay attention to that fact. If there's one thing that Fallout 4 did make me think about, and something that a lot of people will enjoy, is the synthetic narrative. Is it okay to disregard consciousness and a conscious being if it's synthetic or not? And I like how Fallout 4 deals with, you know, like tribal thinking and, you know, trusting your community, where you trust each other on principle because you share the same personal values, but that gets completely thrown out the window when you've got, you know, a synthetic conscious creature living among you. And it's basically an analogy for people who basically don't mix with other tribes, or people who don't mix with other races, and how, you know, that reflects on them. Fallout 4 does do a really good job with its art style, how they remodeled some of the weapons now and redesigned them. I think some of it looks really good, especially the robots and all that kind of stuff, and there's just a lot more detail in Fallout 4. But another thing that I appreciate is the fact that they do make you question, even though morality doesn't play a massive role in Fallout 4 or the factions, it does still make you question, like, if the people in Fallout, in this, you know, Commonwealth, are inherently bad, or that's just because of how they were raised in this society, which has shaped them to be, you know, survivors, to do morally disingenuous things in order to survive. Is that somehow then okay? And when it's okay to actually take a life or to steal and stuff like that. So it does reflect some of the Fallout morality and the universe. So I do hope you enjoyed this Fallout 4 2024 review, and I hope it answered the question if Fallout 4 Next Gen Edition is worth it or not. Like I said, this show is going to either make or break Fallout and make it, you know, relevant again. I mean, it's always been relevant with the fans, but make it into the mainstream, and a lot of people will turn to Fallout 4 as it's the biggest game in the Fallout franchise and the most polished and newest game. Doesn't mean it's the best, but I think a lot of people will enjoy their time with Fallout 4 in 2024, and I hope this video helped. For people who love FPS games, for people who love survival games, crafting games, playing Fallout 4 now in 2024 is a great experience because it's polished, it doesn't really have many bugs, and the DLC did flesh things out. And now, like I said, with the survival mode, and now that you can craft anything, you can craft any, you know, settlement that you want because of all of the DLCs. If you're playing the complete package in 2024, I do think it's definitely going to be worth it, and hopefully the next gen edition of Fallout 4 in 2024 is worth it as well, if they do it right and it's not just a simple, you know, resolution bump. But I do think people need to set their expectations. But I just think this is the most popular Fallout game, which is a little bit sad to some, especially me, because the writing and the morality and the philosophy that Fallout New Vegas presents is so much more nuanced and deep, and it really reflects who you are as a person because it asks you the questions of how you would actually react in a situation. Fallout 4 doesn't really give you the morality, complicated questions or choices to be made, but it is a fun game. And for people who are considering getting back into the Fallout universe, of course Fallout 4 being the most popular one, I do think it is worth experiencing. So that is my Fallout 4 2024 review. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, please do share your opinions down below, and I will go deeper into the more morality and philosophical questions around Fallout when I do my philosophy of Fallout. But if you want to play something that's fun and complete and has the Fallout aesthetic, you can't really go wrong with Fallout 4, but I do recommend that you play the other games as well. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.